Hello, everyone. Welcome to this special episode of Expert Speaks. We are not going to give you any specific gyan in this video, but we are giving you something which is very interesting. We are going to talk to an eminent mutual fund distributor who stands out for his ethical conduct, hand-holding people, and clients love him. People flock into him to transact business with him. What makes him so special? What are his thought processes? Why people make a beeline to take his services? We are going to talk to this person, Mr. Sundararajan from Chennai. He has appeared on our channel prior, and you have seen that with more than 10,000 views he has recorded in his first appearance on this channel. It's a music to ears when he speaks. If you put your thoughts and if you listen to him very clearly, I'm very, very confident you will do a good job in your investing exercise. What's very important is he creates happiness out of your investment. Let's listen to him. This is NRI Money Clinic for you, and I am Dr. Chandrakant Bhatt, your financial guide for a happy living.
NRI Money Clinic. No hype, just the right advice.
Are you an NRI living outside of India for more than 10 years? Have you dreamt of a retired life in India in a beautiful house and a lifestyle of your choice? Your dream can come true only when you take some simple and effective actions today. I will take you through a step-by-step process to make this dream come true in my webinar, Stress-Free Retired Life in India. Hello, I am Dr. Chandrakant Bhatt, financial guide and founder of YouTube channel NRI Money Clinic. I have to my credit creating secured retired life for thousands of NRIs spread across more than 60 countries. If you have an intention to make your dream retirement come true, register for my webinar. More details are in the link below. Dear viewers, to talk to you today, I have a very eminent speaker, Mr. G. Sundararajan, co-founder at Symphonia Wealth Private Limited. He operates from Chennai. He is a wealth management certification from University of Sydney, a certified financial planner. He is a PG diploma BM from in finance and AMFi New Delhi. He worked previously with RBS Investment Products as an investment product specialist. He focuses on increasing the financial literacy. He has conducted numerous investor education programs in many companies like TCS, Polaris, several colleges in and around Chennai. He comes on the television channels in Tamil Nadu at regular intervals of time. He speaks primarily in the Tamil language over there. An eloquent speaker, a great thought leader, a person who does things with his heart and soul into it. Let's listen to him, what he has to say for the NRI community. Welcome to this episode, Mr. Sundararajan. I would love to talk to you in yet another episode now.
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir, for giving me this opportunity. Looking forward. Yes.
Sundar, I will call you Sundar. That's where I feel very comfortable. Sundar,
Absolutely.
Let's take this wealth creation journey towards spirituality today. A topic which is very close to my heart, topic which I've practiced all these years. You have more than 22 years of experience in this line. You look very young. You don't look like a person with 22 years of experience, but I know how experienced you are. A question that always comes in the mind of people, particularly Indians, is wealth essential? Is it that absolutely essential that I have to accumulate wealth? What if I don't do it? How should a person approach wealth creation from a spiritual angle? And is it a need for the humanity to create wealth?
Well, thank you for that question, sir. As you rightly started the conversation, I think wealth is not a choice. It is actually a mandatory requirement for everyone to make, because wealth is a very good thing to have, because with wealth, you can do a lot of things. But generally, wealth is not perceived in a right manner, because most of the time in the pursuit of making wealth, we actually end up doing many things. Sometimes it can be unethical also. That's where people with wealth, a lot of wealth is generally seen with suspicion. But the reality is, if you actually do hard work and do the right thing and actually make money, I think wealth is very good, because it not only helps you, your family, it also actually makes sure that your surrounding and the society gets better. So creating wealth is not everyone's cup of tea. So there are only people who have got this very naturally, and there are people who actually struggle to make wealth. So we all know to make money, but to convert that money into wealth is a big task. So as said, creating wealth is actually a not an objective, it is actually a mandatory, in fact a sacred duty. That's what I would say.
When you talk about wealth creation, many people think about gambling. They think you invest money, overnight you will become rich, you will create lots of money, buy a lottery ticket, and your number will be called and you become a rich. What actually in the process happens is the hard-earned money of people stand to lose, and it pains us. I still remember my previous years when I was a stockbroker. Every day a new customer will come, he brings money, he trades, and he loses money. Is it a good thing for somebody to lose money? How do you feel when customers lose money? How do you prevent customers losing money? What is your message for people who constantly lose money in the pursuit of creating wealth?
Oh, again, a good question. So we actually, in our tradition, we always see money as Lakshmi, Devi Lakshmi, right? So if Lakshmi goddess is coming to you, how can we even think of losing her? I think that's the worst thing anyone can do. But as you rightly said, in the pursuit of making money, we actually end up doing many things, especially when it comes to trading or in terms of gambling or in terms of making any short way of making faster or quicker money. I think most of the time you actually end up losing money. And again, the regulators have been very cautious about it. In fact, they've been continuously telling that you should not trade because most of the people actually lose money. In fact, it was nicely put saying that trading is a zero sum game, which means if somebody has to make money, somebody has to lose money. So without somebody losing, another person cannot make money. Whereas when it comes to investing, it is not a zero sum game, because as an investor, you can also make money. I can also make money in any of the assets. Assuming you bought gold, you could have also made money. I could have also made money. We could have bought it at a different point of time, or we could have bought it at the same time. You could have exited early, I could have exited later, but you could have also made money, I could have also made money. So what we need to understand is losing money is very easy in the pursuit of making quicker money. In fact, the whole world wants to make quick money. Who does not love making quick money? But the reality is you can't. So that is what time and again it is being said. And we treat Lakshmi Devi as, in fact, we pray to her almost every day, which means when Lakshmi comes home, you should actually welcome her with all the modesty and dignity, and we'll have to respect her. But when money comes, some people actually frighten away the goddess Lakshmi and they make sure that she doesn't come back. So that is a big change which we need to understand. So you need to understand that goddess Lakshmi. In fact, in our tradition, again, in every business, we have this tradition of writing Shubh Labh. Okay, we don't write Labh, right? We only write Shubh Labh. Why it is Shubh Labh? Because only through prosperity you should make profits. It is not that you make profits out by killing somebody. So that is the tradition and the culture which we follow, and we've been following it for many ages. So, which means money is Lakshmi, and I don't think we have any choice to lose her. I think we should welcome her.
Many people earn money. They earn money because of their employment. They earn money for from the businesses that they make. They put in their heart and soul into earning this money. In that pursuit, they become rich. They'll have lots of money. But once you have lots of money, the complacency sets in. I have seen lots of people who have earned a lots of money. But if I ask them a question, or if I look at their life, evaluate their life, are they really wealthy? I have my own doubts. So earning money appears to be something different. Being wealthy is something different. Every person who is rich by way of his earning need not be a wealthy person. Do you appreciate what I am trying to tell, or do you understand the difference between the two? What you have seen during your practice, how can a rich man become wealthy? What's the secret sauce to remain wealthy forever?
No, again, definitely these are two very different things. So we generally think it is one and the same, but it is actually not true. Because for you to make money, to create money, you need a very different mindset and a very different skill set. But the moment you make money, you need to have a very different mindset and a skill set. Basically, when you are in the process of making money, you actually end up doing many things. Sometimes you might end up taking a little more risk and things like that, because you are in the process of making money, and you also slightly have a slightly longer time frame to create that money. So somebody at the age of 25, 30 starts earning money, because we are all trained to earn money. But after you start earning money, you need to invest in such a way that it actually grows substantially over a long period of time. Assuming now from 25, 30, you become 55, 60, when you are almost towards your retirement and you have almost created a lot of corpus and maybe a huge wealth. Now, whatever you did in the previous past might not still hold good, because now your objective from growing money moves to preserving money. So, which means whatever a little bit of aggressiveness which I had, whatever little bit of chances I took, I need not do the same thing when I've actually created that. So, which means if I actually preserve the money, money has the quality of compounding by itself. So, all that I will have to do is I'll have to be very sincere. I need to be very, what you call, not so aggressive. I need to just be guarded on the money and make sure it compounds over a period of time. Basically, I should not be losing money, and I should have a little bit of skepticism also. I should also be having some bit of conservativeness in terms of protecting the wealth, so that the wealth can be preserved and also passed on to the next generation. So, as you rightly said, these are definitely two different things. Because if you try and do the same aggressiveness when you have created, sometimes you actually end up losing money also.
See, one of the attitude people carry is I earn money, it's my money, I can do whatever I want to do with this money. Is this attitude correct? You earn money, but can somebody go with the thought that I will do whatever I want to do with the money? I can gamble, I can donate it to the people who don't deserve it. I may create publicity, putting banners, donating money to look my name in that particular place. It could be anything, or recklessly expand the business, or recklessly get into businesses which I do not know. Once he earns money, does he have a duty, or he can handle the money any way he likes? By law, yes, he has every right. It's his money, he can blow the money out. There's law doesn't question. But on a spiritual side, on a responsible side, to create a happy society, what's the responsibility one has for money when he earns money?
Again, interesting and a very important question, because sometimes we think we are owners of the money. Of course, you are owners, there's no doubt, but you also have a very important role like a trustee of managing that money. Even though it is your money, you will have to actually detach yourself from the money what you have created, and you should actually invest every rupee of it in a very sensible way. Just because you earned money, you don't have any right to throw away that money. So that is one very basic concept we need to understand. So in fact, as people who've been in the business of helping clients grow their money, we've been helping them manage their money and create wealth, etc., etc. We are generally treated like we have a very high fiduciary responsibility, right? Similarly, even if you're on your own, or if you're even managing your money through somebody, you also have a very high fiduciary responsibility of making sure that the money actually keeps growing. So it's not that you earned, you can spend it out, or you can actually destroy your wealth. So you don't have that liberty to do. So that is one thing. Second is also we need to understand that creating money does not come easy for everyone. God only has given this gift for some people naturally. For some others, it doesn't come very easily. But having money is very important for everyone. Like if you look at the cash flow of rich, poor, or a middle class, it is broadly the same, because everyone earns money. Of course, the quantum of money differs. But as in the book, Robert Kiyosaki explains in Rich Dad and Poor Dad, he says that everyone is earning money, but the poor, whatever he earns, he actually spends and he is left with no money. The middle class also earns money, but in the process, he spends and he also borrows, and end of the day, he is not left with money. But when it comes to a rich person, what he does something different from the other two is he actually earns money out of his investment, and he actually spends on the returns what is generated of the investment, which means at the end of the day, he has a corpus always kept safe and it keeps growing. So which means I need to understand that whatever money I have earned, it does not belong to me, and I should be detached from the money what I have earned, and I should allow it to grow.
Sundar, I always live in a kind of a dilemma. This dilemma always hurts me from inside. Many times I can't find words to express this. You are my fellow professional colleague. Let me see whether you have an answer for this question. See, people become rich by following certain principles. Like, you put your heart and soul into it. Preserve your capital. Spend less than what you can really earn. Grow that money. In that process, you become rich. But to remain in rich, you should not spend money. The question that comes is, what is the spiritual attitude towards money? I am here only to generate money, or am I not allowed to spend money? How do you see from a spiritual thing? See, I don't think this dilemma would end with our times. I think it's a perennial question which will persist, and each person may see this from a different angle. How do you want to interpret this dilemma, or how do you handle this kind of a dilemma?
So from when it comes to investing, we actually it is not very different from spirituality, because spirituality, what it teaches us is bringing in equanimity, which means you have the ability to see everything in the same way. So whether you make profit or whether you make losses, you should just remain focused. So that's the fundamental thing of a spirituality. So like in today's world where everything is hunky-dory and we don't know what happens every day, whatever news flows which are keep coming in. So most of the time, if you're not in a very balanced mind, most of the time you can actually end up doing some, you can end up taking some decisions which meaning decisions which can actually hurt your wealth in the immediate period. So like during COVID also, the people who could actually understand that and approach your investment with a very balanced mind would have stayed invested. And the person who could not balance his mind and actually started reacting to every news or every market movement would have actually pulled out money when he is actually supposed to not do. In fact, that was, in hindsight, it looks like that was the best time to actually invest. So, which means approaching it with a very balanced mind is a very, very important thing. So, that's what our spirituality tells all about. In fact, in Bhagavad Gita also, it always says that you should have a process, you should trust the process, and you should follow the process. You should just keep doing your duty and not really look at the outcome. So if you have a strategy in plan, strategy and a plan, you just focus on the process and stay focused and remain disciplined and with all honesty, most likely, and you really don't focus on the outcome, most likely the outcome could be better. So that's what investing is all about. And if you can actually detach yourself from the money itself, even though it is your money, it is very difficult, but if you can actually detach, then only the money actually grows.
Sundar, many times life is a cruel game. Not everybody is very comfortable. There are three sets of people whom we come across. People who don't have adequate amount of money. People who just have adequate amount of money. People who have more than adequate amount of money. These three sets of people, how should they address the money issues in their life?
No, one is definitely so all people actually struggle for money. But as you said, the third category actually does not struggle for money. So just before this, I also explained that for you to actually start creating money, first you will have to do a lot of sacrifice and compromise. So instead of whatever you earn today, you can't spend today. So generally we have this thing saying that there is something called as a want and a desire. So there is a basic need and there is a desire in life, what you want to achieve. But in the process, what we actually miss out is there is something called as future need also. If we don't understand there is a future need, so like I will give you an example, I think it will make our life a little easy. Say, assuming I am earning say 2 lakh rupees a month, and for me to cover my basic things, say I'm spending about a lakh of rupees. So which means every month I'm ended with about 1 lakh rupees surplus. So now if I understand that this money, whatever I have as surplus to be spent and actually enjoyed for today and tomorrow, then and if I don't keep any money for my future need, so what could be your future need? It is basically your responsibility. If you have a family and your child needs to be educated well, then that's a future need. Maybe the child is 5 years old, maybe 20, 10, 12, 15 years from now, you need a lot of money for a kid to be educated well. So if I don't understand that whatever excess I have today, if I don't invest it well, then my future need, which is a responsibility, can go for a toss. Similarly, retirement is also a future need. Today, it looks like whatever surplus I have, I can actually spend. But if I spend everything, my retirement is going to be very painful. And in today's context, we have this new theme, or in fact, it's very popular among the Gen Z and the new age, where everyone says that you only live once. But the reality is you actually don't live once, you actually live every day, which means for you to live every day, you need money. The reality is you only die once. So that's what we need to understand. So if I don't understand the difference between today's need, future need, and desire, I'm in a very terrific situation. So today, generally people miss the future need because the future need is generally 10, 15, 20 years away. So we actually happily miss it out. So if I actually understand and approach it in this manner, most likely I would be able to manage money well.
One of the things that we observe is these days people don't have too many children. People don't even have two children. People have one child, which means little emperors in their families. They make everything possible to make these children not expose themselves to any kind of a risk, extreme comfort. What they ask, immediately it will come. What kind of a problem this might create in the society or in the life of these children? See, I'll tell you, I quote my own life history here. I have come from an extremely poor background, no doubt about it. Many a times I feel this extreme poor background, what I came with, is a blessing in disguise that has happened in my life. It created a desire in me to come out of that. What you aspired for was not there. That was there at the back of your mind. During my prime years, during my adulthood, we started working around that. We made it happen. Extreme level of satisfaction, extreme level of making things happen. But now these children, if they have got each and everything what they look for, I'm not against that. I'm just trying to figure out what consequences it might leave for the future generation or a future these youngsters. Will they have a drive? How will they shape up? What's the message you have for the younger parents, how they can handle these current issues?
No, very interesting question. In fact, recently I had been to one of my school reunions, and we were actually with the family. So a lot of my friends had come with their children, and we were casually, since I am from the wealth management side, so naturally there were some questions from the kids side also, and we were also just casually conversing with them. So one of the question I just posted to them is, do you know where the money comes from? The answer was very interesting, and it actually opened up my mind. The child said, if you go to the ATM, press some few numbers, you will get money. So that is the understanding the kid has got, because every time he or she wanted money, they've gone to their parents. The parents either took them to the nearest ATM, withdrew some money, or they used a scanner to make the payment. So according to them, all that they know is, for you to make money, you need to just go to a ATM. Because somewhere in the process we have actually not told the children that making money, for somebody to make money and to withdraw money from the ATM, the money has to come into the ATM first. So we as young parents, as you rightly said, today what we think is, whatever I went through, my children should not go through. I think that's a very, I can't say it's a wrong way, but definitely it has a huge repercussion on the children's behavior. We need to really make them understand, like how a coach teaches the children or a player, that for you to learn, you will have to go through the pain, you will have to fall down, you will have to get some bruises, you will have to go through the pain, then only you will become a player. Similarly, for the child to actually become financially better, you will have to tell them how money is made. You will have to take them through, make them understand how a auto wala makes money, or somebody, you take them to a supermarket. Some men or women stands the entire day, 12 hours, just to make the 10, 12,000 rupees. So if we don't make them show that real life experience, they will think that money comes so easily. And you have already fed them with everything. And as you rightly said, everything comes to them on the click of the button. So they think that everything can come fast. And one thing in the process, what we have missed is, we have not told them delayed gratification and the benefits of delayed gratification. Today, we are extremely in this instant gratification world where we think everything comes easily and fast, which is not the truth. The moment a child enters the real world, the moment they complete their graduation and they actually get into the employment, they actually find it very difficult to actually adjust and start working with others. So that's the $1,000,000. So the point is, we need to tell the child that money is not earned easily. You are very fortunate that your father has earned money or your mother has earned money, but we can't just spoon feed them everything. I think they will have to also go through the process of understanding the pain.
There are lots of people like me who earn money, knowing very well that I can't use this money. I have no utility for this money, right? Thought comes, should I retire? Thought comes, should I continue? Why should I create wealth? Why should I earn when I have no utility for this money? It's a spiritual question. There are no right, wrong answers around it. I did not find an answer. All that I would say is, I am very happy talking to people. It's an activity which gives me pleasure. It's an activity which helps me create employment. It gives me an happiness that in a world of full of vultures, we stand out, we remain honest, and we tell people this is the right way to do. That gives me the satisfaction of keep doing this work and tell people not everybody is crooked in this world. There is a lot of number of good people who can be of help. This is what I have thought. But do you have any other thoughts around why one should create wealth when he actually it doesn't even need it?
So very interesting question again. So generally we all been taught that wealth is not a good thing. So that's the first fundamental thing, because most people who have earned money, people who have not earned money think that they've actually not earned it the right way. So that is one general perception. Second is, even in our tradition and culture, we've been always said that you will have to have a very content life. But somewhere we actually don't understand the difference being content. Content is within you. But if you have the ability to create wealth, maybe somebody else does not have the ability to create wealth. It is you who will have to chip in. It's like I can't do plumbing, but there is somebody who helps me in plumbing. Similarly, somebody cannot make money, but you have the ability to make money. If you have the ability to make money, it's not that you need to use everything for yourself. So there is a huge set of people who actually need that money so that it can be put to right purpose. And more importantly, what we need to understand is wealth creation is not a bad thing. Okay, and money in the right hands actually does a lot of good things. But generally in the society, the money is held by a lot of bad people, which means if I have a lot of money and if I am bad, it actually keeps funding the bad thing. So money is not bad, but if it is in the wrong hands, it actually creates a lot of problems. But if money is in the good hands, in fact, whatever the society we have built, it is because of some of the good people who had a lot of wealth. The schools, the ashrams, the hospitals, all these things were actually donated by people who had enormous wealth. Some of the temples, the rajas who used to live, they all did many things. They had more than enough. In fact, even hundreds of generations wealth was already created, but they actually on the stroke, they actually gave it to a lot of people, the common public, to the citizens, to make them live better. So that's how the society is created. So which means if you have the ability to make more money, you have attained your contentment, that's perfectly okay. But if you have the ability, I think you should keep growing. If you don't need it, there are enough and more people too who actually need it. So the society has to grow, which means it is our duty to grow our money and give it to the society also.
Thank you, Sundar. That was a beautiful thought. The money should be in the hands of the good people. So if you are good, so you have an obligation to create money because it should be in the right hands and it does the right work. I haven't thought about it at any point of time. It's really refreshing thought, and probably it will influence me for rest of my life. I was asked the same question in one of the podcasts and during one of the interactions in one of the programs. The thought that came to my mind at that time was God has created a large universe of people. Not everybody is same. Somebody is better, somebody is worse, somebody is above average, somebody is below average. But I personally feel all of us have got a mandate given by God. The above average people are created so with an intention that you should take care of the below average people. So when the God has given us a mandate, let's use this above average, capabilities given to us, remain good, earn money, flow back to the society, not in doling out money, but creating employment, doing good things, helping those people who really need it, who are unfortunate, who have become victims due to circumstances beyond that control. Probably that's where I feel wealth will find a way, to move to the right people. Of course, money is like food. When you prepare it, if it is hot, it tastes well. If you over prepare it, you can eat in the night. If you have more than that, you can put it in the refrigerator. But that's for another 1 day, 2 day, but it can't last for years together. Finally, it has to be thrown out or given to the needy. Probably the money also follows the same principle. So it's essential whenever somebody earns money, it moves for the good cause. Probably that's the mandate God has sent to every rich person. Thank you very much for your thoughts. I enjoyed talking to you. I keep calling you again and again. In our next podcast, let's discuss something serious, how to create wealth for each and everyone. Let's plan in our next episode. Thank you very much for your time and courtesy to come all the way here. Thank you, Sundar.
Thank you, sir. I just wanted to add one final thought since you were speaking about the money. So, in fact, again, in the any image of Lakshmi, okay, if you see that the hands are open and the gold coins actually keep pouring out of her hand, which means money should never be stagnant. It should never be hoarded. The money should keep moving. If you have more money, don't hoard it. You just spend it or give it in a way that it actually flourishes and makes the world a lot more prosperous. Thank you, sir.
Dear viewers, hope you enjoyed this conversation. If you enjoyed this conversation and probably got a spiritual meaning towards creating wealth, do give me a thumbs up. We love your subscription. We want you to subscribe for channels. Your appreciation is expressed in the form of your subscription. Please hit the subscribe button right now and press the bell icon. Do share these videos with your near and dear ones, friends and relatives, and on all the social media on which you're connected with. Thank you very much for your patience and hearing, and I'll see you with one other expert next Tuesday. Till then, stay safe. Jai Hind.
Press the bell icon for more details and subscribe our channel.